Hey everybody, happy Friday. Riley Kitts here on the third floor of our beautiful state capitol. It's a busy day here at the Capitol. I see a lot of school groups walking around getting tours. There's a lot of people lobbying the House and Senate on various bills. It's really exciting down here at the Capitol. And for us, it was an exciting week of legislative work. This week we saw a few bills move through the process that we're really excited to support. One of them is Senate Bill 156, a bill being brought by our friends over at Planned Parenthood that'll help codify a lot of requirements that's in the Affordable Care Act. And why we like it is because we do a lot of work to help end unintended pregnancies, or at least reduce them throughout the state. And one component of this bill, Senate Bill 156, is that it'll codify what's at the federal level right now, a requirement that contraceptives be covered across plans without any cost sharing, without any co-pays. And that's a great way to make sure that families are able to plan their futures and plan when they want to have kids in the most appropriate fashion. So Aaron Miller came down and testified alongside friends from the ACLU and Planned Parenthood. It was a really great hearing, and the bill passed out of committee. So we're excited to see that policy move forward. Then another policy we've been working on for several years and really involved in this year is around our state's low immunization requirements. You've heard us talk about it in these videos. You've heard us talk about it on the podcast, but Senate Bill 163 is a bill to strengthen our state's immunization requirements. We know that Colorado has a really low vaccination rate, especially for kids entering kindergarten. And what this bill does is it strengthens those requirements and allows an equal effort between those who have vaccinations and want to have an exemption. So that bill's passed. It's had marathon hearings, hours and hours and hours on the floor. It was debated yesterday. It's being debated actually right now as we speak. And we expect this bipartisan bill to pass out of the Senate and to move over to the House, where it's expected to have even more debate. It's going to be hours and hours and hours of testimony, hours on the floor debating the policies, the pros and cons. But the good thing is Governor Polis has expressed his support for the bill. Now, that's not the only policy, though, down here at the Capitol that's been garnering a lot of debate and marathon sessions. So a bill we're not really involved in, but we watch all legislation down here, is a bill to repeal the death penalty, to remove it from our state statutes. Fairly controversial bill. It already passed out of the Senate. It's Senate Bill 100. And on Monday, it was debated on second reading in the House of Representatives. The debate started in the early afternoon and went all the way until 4:30 the next day. Now, I've never been here until 4:30. I think I've been here till 2 or 3, but 4:30 is a long time. And as you can imagine, having that on Monday then impacts work for the whole rest of the week. Schedules get backed up. Legislators, lobbyists, advocates get a little tired because they've been here for so long. But that bill did pass and ultimately passed the next day in the House on third reading and has been sent to the governor's desk, where he is expected to sign it. So typically we don't see these marathon debates start until like later in March or April. But because I think so much is swirling down here, we're starting to see those hours long, late into the morning, late into the early morning debates. So next week, we hope to avoid some of those long debates, but we are involved in a bill that's up on Monday. This is House Bill 1203, and it's a bill to expand the state's earned income tax credit and then to finally fund our state's child tax credit. We know that the EITC and the CTC, the child tax credit, are two proven strategies, the two most proven strategies to lift kids out of poverty. So we are very invested in this bill. We want to see the EITC expanded. We want to see the CTC funded because we know it'll help both low income and middle class families in this state. We're really excited. We hope the bill gets out of the Finance Committee on Monday. We're working on it with our friends over at the Colorado Fiscal Institute, the Colorado Center on Law and Policy, the Bell Policy Center. It's going to be a great bill. Our own Sarah Barnes is going to be there testifying. We'll be sure to keep you updated, though, every week. And make sure you listen to our podcast, The West Steps, this week. There's a pretty special guest on this week that's going to explain everything that's going on, explain some of these marathon hearings, and what to expect as we approach halfway through the session. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great weekend. Bye-bye.